Today I'll be walking through the basics of how to use the LVS 9510 barcode verifier. You may hear these go by Omron, Microscan, LVS, or Integra. These are all the same. So the 9510 barcode verifier process is very similar to the other LVS products. So the 9580 and 9585. Major difference between the 9510 and the other models is on the 9510, you set the codes down on top of the verifier, whereas the 9580 and 9585, you set codes flat down on a table, and then the verifier goes on top of them. So before we get to the software, a couple things to make sure. Make sure your connections are secured. So there's a power cable. There's also an interface cable to your PC. So make sure those are secured. And there is a switch on the side of the unit to turn the light tray on. Going to the software, we will log in with your username or password you have set up, or you can use admin in all lowercase to log into the system. So we'll go to the setup page first, and there are several settings you can change in this page, but for the scope of this video we will keep it to the basics. You will want to make sure your camera is on here in the top left, and then under grading mode I suggest manual when you are first starting out. Under the application standards, you can select from the many different specifications listed. This will be dependent on your barcode symbology type and your industry. So for this example, I'll use a GS1 128 barcode, so I will select the GS1 general specifications. We won't go through a calibration in this video, but you should make sure your verifier has been field calibrated recently. You can click the link now to see a walkthrough of a field calibration process. So next we will go to the grading tab, and then you can place your code on top of the verifier, and you will see the live image pop up on screen. Center the code as best you can, and then draw a box around the code, making sure to take into account the quiet zones on each side of the code. So here you will see your overall verification report in the top left for this code, and then here you will see all the different ISO parameters, and you can scroll to see other information as well. On the zoom tab, it does exactly what you think it would. You can zoom in to identify other problem areas with the code. I won't go into too much depth on the SRP view, but this is how verifiers see barcodes. So the peaks are the spaces with high reflectance, and the valleys are the bars with low reflectance. You want to see nice high peaks and nice low valleys with smooth transitions between the two. This is another area where you can really dissect the exact area of an issue in your barcode. The structure tab will break down what is encoded in your barcode. Depending on the standards and your codes you are using, you may have very minimal information here, or you may have more detailed breakdown of the encodation. So here I have the GS1 general specifications selected, so you will see the breakdown of the GS1 128 barcode here. To see the verification report, go to the Archive tab and click Recent Reports. Here you will see a history of your previous verified codes organized by date and time, with the most recent on the bottom. Double click and you will open the report for that code. You can save this report to any folder on your PC or print a physical copy of the verification report. Your overall grade will be in the top left here, and here you can see all of your ISO parameters. The biggest difference with 2D codes is the Analysis tab instead of the SRP tab. So here you can really zoom in on the code to identify any problem areas. So areas are color coded, so green is good, red, that means you have an area to work on. There's also a key in the very bottom left of this page to see what the different values mean. All other aspects are identical for 2D codes. This is not a complete guide to all the features of the LVS verifiers and software, but this should get you started verifying codes, identifying any problem areas, and saving your verification reports. Please reach out to us at AutoID Solutions for additional assistance, and subscribe to learn more about verification.